having my coffee. Good morning. Looking at the sunny day. I like to feel grateful first thing in the morning and when I go to bed. So right now I'm feeling grateful that I slept in. I slept really well. I can think straight. I can feel good. Every day I sleep well is an amazing day. Every day I don't sleep is a horrible day. It doesn't matter what happens. So I'm grateful for sleeping. I'm grateful that I have an apartment to sleep in for now. I don't know how long this is gonna last because I'm running low on funds, but yeah, I'm grateful I have a peaceful place that I can sleep. That's a huge thing to be grateful for. Hey, I'm having my breakfast. I'm having a bagel with one side with cream cheese, one side with butter, some Brazil nuts, and a Greek yogurt, Chobani low sugar peach, and some tea with lemon and sugar. I find that a little Greek yogurt really fills me up, and along with some carbs and some fatty nuts. It's a little more dairy than I'd like to do, but yeah. I'm also reading Slip by Mallory Tenor Tarpley, Life in the Middle of Eating Disorder Recovery. And it's a memoir about this girl whose mom dies of breast cancer when she's 40, and the girl is 11 at the time. And her dad doesn't show a lot of emotion about it. He just goes on as if nothing has happened. He's a good dad. He just doesn't know how to express his emotions and deal with them and then talk to her about hers. So she's 11 years old and she's trying to be brave and adult-like, and she writes the eulogy for her mom's funeral, and she goes to school the next day, and then she comes home to an empty house with no snack prepared for her, and the couch empty where her mom laid. And she thinks that she's supposed to get over this grief in a couple days. You know, she doesn't know what's going on. There's no one guiding her. And then her dad gets her a subscription to 17 magazine because she's 11. He wants to help her become a young woman. He doesn't know how to, so he gets her the subscription, and she starts reading all these articles about dieting, and she decides to go on a diet. And she starts calorie restricting and then restricting all the different foods that she can eat, and she loses all this weight and she goes into anorexia. And I really like this book. It's really well written. It draws you in. I love books about eating disorders in general, like Maura Hornbacher's Wasted is my favorite book on the subject. But it also reminds me of my own struggles. My sister died at 34 of breast cancer, and we were extremely close. I was her caregiver, and I was devastated afterwards, and I'd gained all this weight caregiving for her, drinking a lot and eating candy to cope with the stress, to deal with my feelings when I didn't know how to. And so I decided to go on a crash diet after she died, and I wanted to lose 20 pounds. And the problem was I was 35 or 36, and it was a lot harder to crash diet, and I couldn't sleep anymore. And so I didn't sleep for a number of weeks very well until I started hallucinating and went into a breakdown. And I recovered, and I decided that I would rather be sane than thin. And it was the first time in my life I made that decision, because I was taught that looks are all that matter, and that your feelings don't matter. So I'm 54, and I want to figure out how to eat so that I can look good and be healthy and feel good mentally and emotionally, and think straight and just feel happy. I realize now that anger is just hunger. My anger, when it comes up, is not a personality problem. It's not it's something I have to deal with by eating and by anticipating when I need to eat, and eating on a schedule so my body gets used to that. And yeah, so these are issues that I always think about too, and this book is kind of like a good reminder of them. So yeah. My last video was my apartment tour, and I showed this angle of the living room. I had the bookshelf over that arch on the right, that entryway, to separate my and my boyfriend's offices. But then I couldn't take it anymore. It was completely disrupting the flow of the apartment and cutting off the light and being able to move through the space. So I put that back against the wall, and now I'm gonna go to Ikea today and get a curtain for this entryway so that my boyfriend and I have a little bit more emotional room and mental space between our offices.